Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. This is my very first YouTube video. Makeup X Deck has come to life finally, and I'm so excited for this. I am going to be doing a review of the Born This Way Too Faced foundation, a purchase inspired by Aina, and also this everyday summery light look, and yeah, I've had my makeup Instagram, which is also Makeup X Deck, for a little while now. I started that you know, so that I could put my makeup looks somewhere besides my personal Instagram. I thought that might get kind of annoying. I wanted to be able to post like close-ups of my actual makeup, you know, details on the products I was using and everything like that. So I started my Instagram account, and then my friends, like a lot of my close friends, but also a few people that were just following my Instagram account, kept asking me to make YouTube videos. And, you know, I thought it was a really good idea, but, you know, like, I was at school and I didn't have time. I didn't really have like a good setup. I didn't have good lighting. I was nervous. I didn't have equipment. And then, you know, I got home for the summer. I have a lot more time on my hands. I have a better setup than at school. Right now I have a sheet behind me hanging from my wall, and my windows open for my lighting, but you know, it's a lot better than my option was at school. And I'm using this webcam and a microphone that my amazing boyfriend gave to me. So yeah, it's not, you know, professional, but it's you got to start somewhere. You know, I hope at one point, someday soon, I'll be able to get, you know, a nice camera, maybe a ring light to film with. But anyway, for now, I hope you guys enjoy the video. I hope the tutorial is helpful. I hope my review, you know, gets you to buy the foundation because I really liked it. And yeah, please enjoy, comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yep, here's the tutorial. Okay, so today, like I said in the intro, I'm gonna be reviewing the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, which I was inspired to purchase by the aina on YouTube, because she recently collabed with Too Faced to work on expanding their shade range, which I think is awesome of her and of the brand to have done. And she always raves about this foundation. She always says that she gets the most compliments when she wears it, and I really like how the finish looks on her. So I figured that I would splurge, because usually I don't spend a lot of money on foundations. I usually use like L'Oreal or something because I think that it works amazing. But I thought I'd splurge, you know, treat myself to a little something and try this out for you guys, and then just give you a simple, you know, everyday summer easy tutorial. So I always start my makeup routine with the simple replenishing rich moisturizer, just because it's really thin and light moisturizer. I just put that right on my hands.
Which are clean, don't worry, anything like that, but just rub that around on my face, just to make sure that my skin isn't dry and my foundation isn't sitting on top of, you know, dry skin. It's not going to look good. And then, secondly,
I'm going to take my little tiny travel size. I've had this for so long, but this little Professional by Benefit primer. I'm going to put a little tiny bit on my hands, like that much.
I'm just going to rub it around, and I'm going to put it like sides of my nose, my forehead, and my chin, and then from there, put it on the rest of my face. Those are the areas where like my pores and most people's pores in general are the largest, so you want to fill them in with this primer, and then just spread the excess to smooth out the rest of your skin.
And then I'm going to take the Born This Way foundation, which is brand new, so we're going to have to give it a few pumps before it comes out, right onto the back of my hand, like 2.5 pumps to start off, because I've never used this. I don't know really what the coverage is like or anything. I'm going to take the butt of my beauty blender, dip it right in there, and dab the foundation all around my face.
Forehead. Look at my nose. I'm just gonna blend that out.
So I have like a layer of foundation on my face right now. I got the shade Snow, which was like the second or third lightest shade. Right now it kind of is a little too light for me. My arms and like my shoulders and chest are definitely a little bit more tan than my face, but it seemed like any other shade would have been too dark, and I always tend to think that I'm a little more pale than I actually am. So this is what I got. I'll just make it work. It's fine. First impression, just this layer on my face. You know, nothing else, no concealer, powder, anything. I think that it's a really pretty finish. I like the coverage a lot, and I like that it's not really completely matte. It's more skin-like than what I don't know, like what I usually use is the L'Oreal Pro Matte, this one. And this foundation is like super duper 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 matte. So this compared to that is a significant difference, but it's one that I like. You know, I think that I want to try to go less matte with my face, because I think it just makes your skin look dry and like old, and it cakes and it creases like a lot faster than if you were to try to get a more dewy look. And I just think that dewy is a lot, it's cute. So I'm gonna try to get more products to expand my complexion from matte to dewy. So I have this layer of foundation on my face, which seems like enough to me. I'm going to get my concealer next. I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. I actually really want to get the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I've heard from Thomas Halbert really likes it. He reviewed it. He said it was great. It was super duper full coverage. It was, you know, similar to the Tarte Shape Tape, but he doesn't want to use Tarte Shape Tape anymore because, you know, the whole Tarte Shape Tape foundation shade range was very limited, and I would also like to stray away from them as a brand because of that. But this I bought a long time ago. I'm finishing it up, and then I'm gonna try a new concealer. So I'm gonna try the Born This Way concealer when I get a chance, when I'm done with this. I don't have a ton of money to spend on things until I've completed the previous product, you know what I mean? So I'm very limited. I need a mirror. I don't know what I'm doing. Now, I always blend the under eyes last, which is a trick that I learned from Jackie as well. She likes to let her under eyes sit because you get more coverage out of the concealer when you do that. So I'm gonna blend the rest of my face first, and then my under eyes. When I'm done blending out my concealer, which I am, I look like a ghost, but we're gonna live with it because we'll fix it up later with bronzer and everything will look great. But for now, I look insane. So what I do to set my under eyes is not what I've seen most beauty gurus do, but I think that for me this works because I don't have dry under eyes, and I like a very full coverage concealer, because right now, like, I don't know if I'm just noticing this because I'm nitpicky, but like I can see still like a little bit of darkness like right under my eyes, and I just don't really think that like translucent like Laura Mercier like powder covers that how I want it to be covered. So what I do is I take this Maybelline Fit Me foundation powder. I'm in the shade 110 Porcelain because I'm pale. I use the thing that it comes with, which right now is like super dirty and kind of gross, but whatever, it works. I use this. I like fold it up, and then I dig right into the powder, and then I just take a little bit of this and I put it just right underneath my eye, right in the corner.
Right here. And then I just blend the rest of it out.
And I just think it adds, like, I think you can tell on camera, it just adds a little bit more coverage underneath my eye. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder and this Morphe M438 brush, which is like a little tapered dome powder brush thingy. And then I'm gonna just dot my brush into the powder, get a little bit of powder on there. So now that I have on foundation, concealer, and powder, I'm going to take my little mini Max Fix Plus and spray my face so that all this powder can soak in and it doesn't look so dry. So I'm going to bronze now. I use the Benefit Hoola bronzer, which I love, but I really want to try the Marc Jacobs. You know, the white, like the huge white Marc Jacobs coconut bronzer. I really want to try that because I've just like heard so many amazing things about it. But it is $52, I think. No, $49. Around $50, which is a lot. So I'm probably gonna ask for it for a birthday present. And my birthday's coming up, so hopefully I'll have it in my hands soon enough. But in the meantime, this Hoola bronzer is great. I love it. I've had it forever. I've had this same bronzer for so long, and I don't know how I have so much left. It absolutely blows my mind how I have so much left, but I do. So I'm gonna take the Morphe R2, this cute little rose gold, super dense, fluffy, well, not super dense, but this super fluffy, kind of dense brush. I'm going to tap in to the Hoola bronzer on all sides, tap it off, definitely tap it off, because I do not want too much bronzer on my face. I'm going to look insane if that happens. It's happened before. I'm going to take my mirror again.
And I'm going to like lightly sweep this on around my forehead, like the edges of my forehead, down my temples.
And then I'm going to switch, my baby hairs are everywhere, I'm really sorry. I'm going to switch to this Morphe M405, a angled contour brush. I'm going to take my bronzer, lightly tap it off again, and then I'm going to like kind of contour with it. I'm contouring with it, not kind of contouring with it, I'm contouring. So I'm just sticking this right like in / above my cheekbone and up on my temple and then back up into my forehead. On both sides of my face, of course. Another step of my makeup routine that I really like is using, after I bronze, using this little kabuki brush, and it is Morphe, but it's not numbered, but it's this little mini kabuki brush, red top. It was not expensive, like all other Morphe brushes, very cheap, and I just take this clean, this never really has product on it, and I sweep over my bronzer, and this helps me, like, if I put too much bronzer on, it helps to kind of blend some of it away. I don't always wear blush, but for the sake of a full face, I will put some on today. But I really never ever even touched blush until the past few months. So I'm gonna take the Milani Luminoso blush, a really nice drugstore blush on this Sonia Kouchak number 123. I really don't even know what this brush is for, to be completely honest, but it's just what I use for blush, and it works fine, so whatever. I'm not the best beauty guru, if we're being honest, but I'm just kind of gonna smile. I'm gonna put this on my cheekbones.
And the apple of my cheek, kind of right above my contour. It's just going to help warm my face up a little bit more.
So now I'm going to do my brows. I'm going to brush them out. That was my mom yelling at me about dinner. Anyway, I'm going to brush up my eyebrows. Give them a nice shape, even though my eyebrows right now are absolutely horrible because I'm trying to let them grow out, but my eyebrows don't know how to grow at all. They never were taught, I guess. My bad. But the eyebrows, this eyebrow is absolutely horrible. I hate her so much. The hairs on the bottom, like they'll all like grow downwards. And okay. And it makes my eyebrow really ugly. And then I don't know what's happening here with these hairs that are like shorter than the other ones in the front. I don't know. I'm honestly embarrassed, but there's really nothing I can do about it except patiently wait. But for my brows, I use a basic little angled brush. This is by Mary Kay, but you can find brushes like this anywhere, like literally anywhere. If you go on Morphe and search like eyeliner brush or you know, eyebrow, something's gonna come up that you can use. But so I'm gonna dip into this dip brow. It's brand new. Oh my god, this is so satisfying. I'm gonna get a little bit on the end of here, and I'm gonna like, I don't know if this is gross, but it's just how I roll. I'm just gonna like wipe the excess onto my finger because there's like a lot, and when these dip brows are new, they're like really like not liquidy, but more liquidy than they are later on. They dry out basically kind of fast, so when you first get them, they're not dry. That's all I'm trying to say. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this product. This goes a long way. You don't really don't need a lot, but I'm gonna take this on this angled brush, and I'm just gonna start filling my brow. Okay, so to clean up my brows, I have two different brushes that I use. I have this other Mary Kay brush, which is this isn't like focusing, and I have pomade all over my hands, but it's just a little like super thin and flat brush, but it's curved at the top. And then I have this e.l.f. small angled brush, that's what it's called, and it's a super duper thin, probably eyeliner brush. So I use the bigger one on the bottom and the smaller one on the top. So I'm going to carve out the top of my eyebrows first. So to carve out my brows, I use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. So I take just a little bit of that on this brush and just wipe it right on there. Doing my eyebrows is really just like very much of a process for me, and it's probably my least favorite part of my makeup routine because it takes so much out of me, because I just need them to be perfect, and it really drains me so much. But I'm gonna go finish cleaning up the tops of these and then come back and clean up the bottom because I need to get a lot closer to my mirror to do. Now that I'm finally done concealing the top of my brows, I have to conceal the bottom of them. So this flat brush, taking a bunch of this concealer on that, and this part's actually pretty easy. Just underlining my brows
so that they're nice and sharp and clean.
So it's time now to move on to eyeshadow, which is my favorite part of a makeup routine because I think it's where you get to be the most creative and the most fun. So I think today I'm actually just going to be using this little colourpop palette that I made, that I customized, I guess, not made. But these are the colors in it. And there's me. There's my setup. It's horrible. But anyway, so I don't remember what all of these shadows are called, but I'll put it in the description below. And I really love them. So I'm going to take this lightest matte shade. These do have a lot of fallout, but I don't really care. I think that I have these ColourPop shadows, and then I have the Dream Street palette, and both of them have like a ton of fallout, but it doesn't really bother me because like they're so cheap and they're still like, they look good on your eye, so the fallout on the pan doesn't really bother me very much. But I'm going to take that lightest color and use it obviously as a transition shade. My brush is dirty, so hopefully purple doesn't transfer onto my eye, but yeah, whatever. So I'm just gonna put this light orange all over my crease. And then on the same brush for right now, I think I'm gonna take the lighter pink-ish, the peachy color. I'm gonna dip into that with this brush and put it where I put the first shade, but like a little bit lower. So I'm gonna keep it like just in my crease and not up as far, and a little bit more towards the outside. I'm still gonna pull it in, but when I pull it in, I'm gonna be like have a lighter hand. I don't know, you know how eyeshadow works. It puts dimension on your eyeball. So that's laid down. Very simple right now, and also very easy. I feel like most people could be doing this. And then I'm going to take the Morphe MB46, which is a smaller tapered blending brush that's a little bit more dense. I really like this for the outer crease. And then I'm going to take the darkest shade, the matte corally pink. I'm going to dip into that. I'm going to tap a little bit off, and then I'm going to put that right on the outside of my eye.
You can see it. Just right on the outer part and a little up in the crease right here.
But I'm focusing it just on the outer V of my eye. So I'm just going to blend all these kind of together, make the darker color a little bit less harsh. And I'm not being careful with this right now. I'm literally just like blending everywhere. Obviously in the area where my eyeshadow is, I'm not pulling out, I'm not bringing it up. I'm keeping it in this general area right here in my crease and on the outer corner, but I'm just blending it all together. And then I'm going to take this shimmer shade, and I'm going to take my finger.
So I'm going to take my finger this shimmer all over my lid from the very inside to like the center, and I'm also pulling it up like a half cup crease shape, you know what I mean?
I'm going to do the other eye off of camera, and then I'll come back and I'll put on mascara and lips, and I think we'll be done. Because I haven't done this yet, I'm going to add this shimmer shade to my brow bone, because my brow bone is naked right now. And then I think to make this a little bit more fun, and a step like this is optional. Like if you have this palette that I made, the point of it is for it to make a full look. And obviously this is a full look, but I just want to add a little something, a little bit. So I'm going to take a loose gold pigment, and the one that I have is the KKW Beauty gold pigment. And yeah, so I'm going to take this tiny detailer brush. It is a Morphe M213. It's like this really small little dome brush. I'm going to wet it with Fix Plus, and then I'm going to take it and dip it into this gold just a little bit because it's like so pigmented. And then I'm just going to put it right on top of my lid, on top of that other shimmer. And you can see it's just like, it just adds a nice wet gold look to the lid. I think that this shimmer, this loose powder, is stunning. So I'm gonna take the pink, the second lightest pink shade on this tiny dense brush that is not labeled, but this is the shape of it. I'm sure you could find a bunch of things like it, and just line my lower lash line very close. And I think we are officially done with the eye. The eyeshadow. Mascara is next, and then we're done with the eyes, and then we're doing lips. I need to get better at this. So we're gonna take this eyelash curler. It's just it doesn't matter what the eyelash curler is. It's an eyelash curler and it works. But what I do for my mascara is first I use the L'Oreal Voluminous Original Mascara. This is what I use first. It is super dried out, and I really need a new one. But for now, this will work. So I do a first layer with this, a pretty thin layer. Oh fuck, I got an eyelash in my eye. Oh no. Second coat, I use the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. This is like the best drugstore mascara. I love this mascara so much because this shit works fantastically. So I do my second coat. There's a piece of hair in my eye. I do my second coat with this, and this coat is a lot thicker. This is where I really build it up and I really get the volume and the length going. I go back to the L'Oreal mascara and I coat my bottom lashes just because this mascara is a little like drier, and I don't want to put super wet mascara on my bottom lashes because I don't want it to transfer under my eyes and then, you know, cause issues. Last two steps of this routine are highlight and lips. So I know what I'm going to use for both of those. For my highlight, I'm going to use my favorite highlighter ever, which is the Fenty Beauty highlighter. I think the formula of this highlighter is absolutely perfect. It's so creamy. It's so pigmented and wet looking and beautiful. I just love this one so much. I'm using the Morphe M510.
I'm going to put a little bit like right above my eyebrow right here on both sides. I'm going to put it tip of my nose, and bridge of my nose right here, and then my chin.
And then very last step before setting spray is lips. So I'm going to be using the ColourPop Luxe lipsticks, like they're stick lipsticks, you know, in the shade Uno Mas. And like, so, well, first I'm going to wipe off my lips because they have foundation all over them, and then I'm going to put the lipstick on and set my face, and then I'll come back with the finished look. Okay, so this is the finished look. I really like how it came out. I guess since this was technically not only a tutorial but a review of the Born This Way Too Faced foundation. I love the foundation. I think that I love the coverage. I love the finish. I really like how this came out. You know, despite my imperfect background and my imperfect quality and my crazy hair and me probably not looking at the camera and looking at me on the computer like I'm doing right now a lot throughout this video, I think it went pretty well. So if you guys like this look, if you guys like the video, I would love so much if you would subscribe, like my video, comment, you know, suggestions, you know, kind, constructive criticism. Just be nice, because this takes courage to sit down and film a video myself. You know, I know watching this back and editing it isn't going to be the easiest thing, because I've never done something like this before, but you know, I had fun, and I have had so many requests to make YouTube channel and to start making videos. So, you know, being able to sit down and bang one out right now feels great. I also apologize about the lighting. I'm using mostly natural light, so if the lighting has changed throughout this video, I apologize about that. But yeah, I really hope you guys like this, and subscribe and like and comment, and I'll see you guys next time.